Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's White here, and I want to share with you guys a little Christmas present I got. This ridiculous machine here, the SupaBoy, which is a handheld Super Nintendo system. And I put this off till Christmas instead of spending my own money on it because it looks ridiculous. I'm not going to lie to you guys, and it's not a name brand. It's the third party. It's not Nintendo. It's some other company. So I was hesitant to spend my own money on it, so I saved it for Christmas, put it on a little wish list, and I ended up getting it. So I'm going to show you guys a little unboxing and a little review of it, and you guys can decide yourself if it's something you want to buy or if something you want to hold off on just like I did. So enjoy. Alright, so let's dive right into this item. I already opened it, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but people like to see it unboxed for whatever weird reason. So get to see everything that comes with the unit. This was, by the way, about $75. I bought it right on Amazon. I didn't buy it through the company's website, I bought it right on Amazon. So here's the unit itself. Set that off to the side for a minute. You have your charger, your wall charger here. You have the cables to play this unit through a TV. This is really cool, and these are not the same as the Nintendo ones you would use for Super Nintendo. So just a heads up, these are totally different. You cannot use your own. A little bag, nice to prevent scratching, but I wouldn't carry the system around in this too much because it's probably going to end up getting broken. So it comes with a little bag. And it did come with the battery, not inside of the system. The battery was outside. You have to use a screwdriver, open up this thing, and put the battery inside. So that was kind of a downfall. It took a few minutes to get it going, but really not that big of a deal. Just a heads up. So in terms of the system itself, I really like the feel of it. That was the biggest concern for me, is how this was going to feel. Was it going to be like cheap plastic, or was it going to have a nice solid feel to it? And the plastic itself really feels exactly like a Super Nintendo controller. The buttons feel very similar. They're a lot more spaced out, but they feel very similar. They feel very sturdy. The buttons that I do not like are these up here. They don't feel quite as natural. I can't really explain. Instead of slowly going down, they kind of click down. I don't like them quite as much as a Super Nintendo, but still enjoyable. I still like it. So now that we have the stuff out of the box, you can see the box looks like one more time if anyone cared. I'm going to get into a quick little review of the system itself. I'll let you guys know what I think about it after the first day of using it. Alright guys, so now that I gave you a little bit of a better look at the contents of the box and a little bit about the hard plastic here, I'm going to get into a little bit more of a review and maybe toss in a game here and show you what that looks like. A little bit of a disappointment I had is that the system is a little bit bigger than I originally thought it was going to be. For some reason I saw that it was in the shape of a Super Nintendo controller, and I thought that it was going to be just kind of like a larger version of one, but in fact it's way bigger than one. For a little comparison here, you can see that it's way bigger. So this is a very bulky handheld. You're not going to be using this on the bus. It's not going to go in your pocket to school or whatever. Just a heads up, this is going to be more of a stationary handheld, if that makes sense, meaning you'll play it in your recliner at home, or you'll play it on a car trip, but you're not going to be bringing this on the go with you too much. It's not a Game Boy Advanced SP, which is what I recommend you guys go buy if you want to play some 16-bit games on the go. SP is the best system of all time, in my opinion. So the coolest thing about this system ever, as I mentioned before, is that it is a working Super Nintendo console. It has this, it has the power supply from earlier, and it has controller ports here. So it is just literally a functioning Super Nintendo. So if you get to a hotel or you get to your destination on a trip and you want to plug this in, it is a very, very, very portable version of a Super Nintendo that will also work on the TV. Very, very cool feature. Worth it in itself. If you do not have a Super Nintendo, this is totally worth it for the $75 price tag. Go get this because this works as a home console as well. Now let's hop into a gameplay really quick. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering what this thing looks like. Boot it up. We're going to get Donkey Kong Country 2 going here. You put it in, and then on the back it has this like secure hatch which doesn't let it come out. And overall it actually feels pretty solid. It doesn't feel too wobbly. It does a little bit. It's certainly not as nice as the Game Boy Advance is. As you can see, the label actually faces you with this, which is kind of neat. I just hit reset and not start. My bad, guys. The button arrangement, as you can see, is in a slightly different order than a Super Nintendo controller. The start and select would normally be down here, but the screen's there, so they're up here. And this is the reset button. Kind of in a bad spot. I've hit it a couple times already tonight trying to reset the game. As you can see, volume-wise, it sounds pretty cool. Screen clarity is really nice, and one of my concerns was backlight. It does have a backlight. Oh man, I'm trying to play this without using Super Metroid controllers there. Trying to play this through the LCD of my camera, which is very difficult. I don't even know what's going on. But it looks really cool, feels very good, and it sounds good. I heard concerns about a background noise. I have not noticed that yet. Now one problem, huge problem guys, this game, at least the model I have, does not play region locked games. I have not been able to get Super Mario RPG to work on this, which is too bad because the big reason I bought this is to play the RPGs. And I know for a fact that Super Mario RPG does work. And I've read in the forums that the newer models it works on, but this should be a new model. I mean, I just bought it the other day on Amazon, or I just got it from someone who bought it the other day on Amazon. So I don't understand why it doesn't work. I'll probably email them, maybe try to get a newer model, unless somehow Super Mario RPG is all of a sudden not working. But anyway, overall guys, it's a really cool system. I highly recommend you guys pick this up, especially like I said, if you don't already have a Super Nintendo, spend the $70+, have this delivered to your doorstep, and have yourself your own Super Nintendo for TV use and for on-the-go use. Anyway, I am out guys. If you found this review helpful, drop a positive rating so that other people will get to see this and they don't have to watch the 9-hour long reviews that some of the other YouTubers have. Anyway guys, I am out. Peace. Later.